Hi everyone. I'm sorry, I need to talk into the microphone. My name is Katrina, and this is my colleague Kirsten. And we are from Superplus, the creators of the AAC app Superspeak. And yes, we are originally a Norwegian company. We come from a city named Tromsø, which is 200 miles above the Arctic Circle. So we come pretty far. Yeah. Let's see if this. Oh, you didn't plug in this. So at our team at Superplus, half of us are practitioners, and the other half are techies. Savvy techie engineers. So we like to say that knowledge and play is in our DNA. So we really try to make those two worlds come together and when we develop our apps. So today first I'm gonna tell you a story about a boy named Liam, and then Kirsten is gonna show you the app and how it works. So Liam is an 18-year-old boy from Georgia, and he is nonverbal and he has autism. And when we first learned about Liam, we met his teacher, and she's called Karen, and she is a special ed teacher working with Liam. And the first time Karen met Liam, he had an IEP that said he was to use sign language and PECs to communicate. The problem was that he only knew a few sign language, not enough to communicate at all. And he didn't understand the meaning behind the symbols in his PECs. So Karen had a very hard time communicating with Liam. So she was looking for something new, a new AAC to use with him. So this was last year we met her around September, I think. So she started to try Superspeak about October last year. And before, Liam cried a lot. He went to high school, a regular high school, but a classroom with a special ed teacher. He cried a lot, and he didn't make any progress. He didn't learn new sign language. He didn't learn more symbols. They spent a year and they didn't have any progress. And he acquired a lot of one-on-one attention. And Karen did this in August last year, and this is from Classroom Dojo. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's an app that she uses a lot. So she tracked Liam's behavior and his goals, his learning goals. She put the learning goals of Liam into this Classroom Dojo, and this is what it looked like in August 2016. So you can see that there was a lot of crying. He was a lot of off task, a lot of screaming. He was loud. He had meltdowns more than once a day. He had quite a few meltdowns a day. But he was a hard worker. He had you can see some of his specific goals, like brushing his teeth. So this was before she started working with Superspeak. And she introduced Superspeak in October. And Karen is we work a lot with her. She's a good ambassador. She picked up Superspeak and she just got it. She instantly knew that this is what Liam needs, and she understood how to set it up for him. So she started with large photos, no categories, just the photos, and she didn't dump like every photo into the AAC. She started off with large photos and a few photos at the time. And when he asked for something, she tried to give it to him, always. And she always says, I tried to always give it to him in the beginning. And then And then they delayed the request after a while. And then she did a new classroom dojo screening of his goals and his behavior in November. So that was about a month later, and it looked like this. So that's pretty cool. So now he works with his daily goals on it, but they also, and he actually can walk into the cafeteria and order lunch now, and he could never do that. So he uses Superspeak around school. So he can walk into the cafeteria and say that he wants the chicken for lunch. And his goals throughout the day, but they also managed to put some of his curriculum goals into Superspeak. So he works with it in class too. So I have a little video of Liam that I'm gonna.
Hey, tell me what day of the week.
Friday.
Excellent. It is Friday.
Monkey.
And?
Panda.
Excellent. Can you find these two words?
Music.
And?
Art.
High five. Good
Pat and
job.
Tommy. No, we're going to talk about food right now. Tell me what you would like to eat tomorrow.
Peanut butter.
Find
Peanut
your
butter?
favorite. What do you like the most?
Spicy chicken.
No joke.
Cheeseburger.
You like cheeseburgers too? Hey, what's the other thing you like to eat? What's the other thing you like to eat on there? You're smiling all about it. What else do you like to eat on there? Anything else? Okay, tell me what is your favorite, you can go up here, what's your favorite choice thing to do? What do you want to do for fun? What do you want to do for fun? No. He's like, I'm gonna play a game. Tell me what you want to do for fun.
Swing.
You want to swing? Okay, one more thing and then I'll let you go. Tell me how you feel today.
Surprised.
You feel surprised? Why do you feel surprised? Are you sure it's surprised? Yes? How do you feel?
Happy.
You feel happy. Give me a high five.
Yeah, that was a video of Liam and his teacher, Karen. And you can see that he's participating in his calendar, but he's also saying the new vocabulary word for the week. You could see the paper he had, and he's finding them on his iPad. And that's the way they implement the new vocabulary into the AAC. And now, yeah, he's talking about food, he's choosing his food, and they told us not a good story, they told us a story when we were there, because they go to a restaurant. I don't remember the name. A particular restaurant with these kids, like once a month maybe. And they've always been thinking that regular chicken was Liam's favorite, but now it's spicy chicken that is his favorite. So they ordered the wrong kind of chicken all along. So it's important for Liam, and it's been a life changer for him and his family. I'm also going to show you a trick before I leave the stage to Kirsten. Did you see that Liam clicked out of the app during the video? So I don't know if you know this, but iPads have a very good menu for accessibility settings. And it's here you can see in the settings of the iPad, you go to General, and you go to Accessibility. The tab is called Accessibility, and all the way to the bottom is Guided Access. And if you turn Guided Access on, you can actually lock the iPad within one app or a program that you want the kid to work on. And you set a passcode or a timer, and you need to give the passcode, or you need to stay in the app until the timer is done. Just a tip. Okay, so now Kirsten is going to tell you about our app that you saw Liam was working on.
Okay, thank you, Katrina. Oh, good, we had some more people here. Okay, so as she told you, we're from Norway. It's actually the most northern city in the world, which is, I love to tell people, because I am from California. I'm actually from this area, and I've been living there the past 3 years. I was really excited to go work with Superplus because they were doing something. I was working in San Francisco in social good, and we always talk about bringing the public and private sector together and bringing, the minds together with the practitioners and the engineers together with the people who are actually doing the things. And this was in a setting that was actually happening. So Katrina is one of the co-founders. The other two that aren't on here are gaming entrepreneurs that she's talked about. They lived all over the world, being very successful in the world of mobile gaming. They're from Tromsø. They came back to Tromsø after they sold their last company, and she's like, we got to work on this. Well, another guy that was talking about it has a daughter with autism and was working at the university. And in partnership with Yale Child Studies Center, the autism program at Yale here in the United States in Connecticut. So it was a great opportunity to really work with a team that was coming from all angles of the problem. And then we brought Sam in later on. We found Sam, kind of stalked her a bit online. She has a fantastic blog. She's really all about play and practice. She's a board-certified behavioral analyst, and she really believes in learning through play. So that's when we all set out and built Superspeak. So it's like 3 apps in one. You have the AAC, which is Alternative Augmentative Communication. So this is anything that's using a different form of being able to communicate. Like Liam, they were trying to get Liam to use PECS and sign language, but this whole category of communicating in a different way is AAC. So we have a photo-based AAC that really encourages you to customize it to the child's needs. And that's something that they really weren't doing. They had lots of symbols, and it wasn't being customized to what the child knew or what the child wanted. So we really wanted to put that child and the family first, and then work out from there. There's been a ton of research on the AAC and the visual scene side that from our favorite researcher, Catherine Drager and Janice Light. And they talk about being as contextual as possible. So visual scenes is an example of being as contextual as possible. It's textbook, what they've written, what they've been studying for the past years, and what they're saying AACs need to be. So we built exactly what they were saying needed to happen. And then on the play side, we worked with Sam and some other behavioral analysts about learning the vocabulary words from play or from the AAC and turning them into a game. So again, it's really customizing that child's learning experience because it's pulling vocabulary from their AAC that they're gonna then have games be made out of. I'm gonna talk about the AAC mainly today because it's really the biggest part. The reason when we started Superplus, the reason we started with doing a communication app is because communication is where it all starts. Like you saw Liam, without communication, he's having meltdowns and having a really rough time. So we got to start with communication. So this is an example of Owen's profile. Owen is an emerging communicator. I work with him at home. So I have put images of things around his house. We're on the iPad. You can have us on the iPhone or an iPod Touch. But he really understood that these were things he could communicate because this is his pool and that's his grandma and his helmet that he rides his scooter with, and he loves playing hoops. So we have a thing called related images. So on the side, I have my pointer, my fancy pointer here. Does it? Yep. So on the side here, you see related images, and I basically programmed these to the main photo. And Owen loves playing hoops. This is the hoop in his backyard. He loves playing hoops with Grandpa. He actually puts the balloon in the hoops. That's how him and Grandpa play it. And he needs his shoes on to go outside. So not only is it a communication app, it's kind of like a storyboard that's gonna help them get ready for the next situation. And then of course you have Grandpa there, and you just can't have a stick figure of that. So that's Owen's profile, but we understand that all learners have different needs. So this is Maya's profile. Maya has her categories on. She uses a combination of core words from Symbol Sticks, so we've partnered with the folks over at Symbol Sticks to provide core language. There are a lot of things that you can't really take a photo of, so we've worked with Symbol Sticks to have a library of those things that you then select and put into your child's AAC. We have 21 images up at a time, and I have Sentence Builder on for her. So another thing that Maya uses, because she's so advanced, she's really using this without anybody helping her. She can scroll through it like fast enough that it's going to give you a headache because she memorized where everything is. And she's able to make sentences down in this sentence bar. Ooh, that wasn't the right one. Down here, we have this sentence bar. So when she clicks I want to, it'll recommend the things that she usually wants to do after she clicks I want. So in Owen's case, we had it as related images on the side, but now it just recommends images up there, and it's like predictive text like we have on our phones, but they have it, so it's a bit of AI built into Superspeak that learns their behavior after a while. Okay, she clicks play, she often clicks with, and she loves to play with her brother and Reese, so brother and Reese always come up, and then you can play it out loud. So we use our own photos. That is, when we first started out, not a lot of people were doing that. And this was a big one that we really didn't understand, most of us coming from the tech side, is that we've put it in the cloud. So if your kiddo breaks the iPad, no problem, it's in the cloud. I don't know, how many people use Google Docs or have a Facebook account? So you can log into your Facebook account on any computer, right? So you can log into Superspeak on any computer, and as a parent, you own the rights to your login and the password and how many devices you can have it opened up on. Practitioners are in a different field, so we are HIPAA, FERPA, COPA compliant. So when you have, you guys have probably heard this. So the practitioner will have their own Superspeak account, and the parents get to have their own Superspeak account. But the great thing about it is they can then share it with the babysitter, grandma and grandpa. We don't put a ceiling to how many different devices you choose to put it on. Okay, and now this really sets us apart from the rest. Katrina and I are actually presenting to Apple's International Assistive Technology Department next week. We've built location awareness using iBeacons. I've chosen to showcase rad beacons here because we think they're the best ones to use, but you can use any brand of iBeacon. You find them on Amazon, and anything that is a Bluetooth beacon. So nobody else is doing this with AAC, and we're really excited about it. Basically, these little guys here were built for e-commerce and being able to target ads to people. So they have a little Bluetooth chip in it that sends signals to a device. So we wanted to allow children to really engage with their environment. Again, all the research says bring the environment in, make it as contextual as possible. So a lot of times you'll have kiddos with devices, and then they walk into the cafeteria and they have to go, the teacher, the practitioner has to go look for that communication board for the cafeteria. And I mean, they've already walked in the cafeteria, things are happening. the moment is kind of lost sometimes. You really have to take advantage of being in the moment. Another thing that Janice Light says is just-in-time communication, JIT, just-in-time. She loves that acronym. So this allows a child to walk into the kitchen and be prompted with the food items that they usually have in the kitchen and request them. So I have set this beacon to all the food that my kiddo usually requests in the kitchen. I just put this beacon inside of the kitchen, and that's it. I have to connect it on Superspeak, which I'll show you, and then when they walk into the kitchen, all of his menu items for breakfast can come up, and he can tell me what he wants to eat for breakfast. So the little green guy up here, that means location awareness is on. If breakfast was tucked all the way back in his in the back of the category queue, it would surf to the front when it registered the beacon, and then it's like the screen just blinks, and all that vocabulary will come up for that kiddo. They can still access their other words if they want to say something different, but they're prompted with the environment that they're in, which is really important. So yeah, then he can say that he wants Cheerios and an apple and orange juice, please. So this is the back end of it. This is where you go into Superspeak and you connect a communication board or a category to this guy. So we have a lot of things that you can connect. We like to just use GPS and beacons. We find them the most useful. And I'll show you GPS in just a little bit. So GPS is going to be for bigger situations like the school and the house, anything you can find on a Google map, where what we're talking about right now is an iBeacon, and it is going to be for more granular settings when you're inside of your house, when you're inside of the school, and they walk into a room, and it'll register that they're there, and they can make the requests. So yeah, it just finds the beacon. That's the beacon right there. Beacon, iBeacon 0-3, and then it's just there, and you set the category, and you're done. And we have a partnership with them. They are something you purchase outside of us, but we have a partnership with them, and they're really great to work with. They're super excited about us working in this field with their technology, so we do get a tiny bit of a discount. Okay, now for the Google Maps one. They have been trying to do this with AACs in the past, but no one has succeeded. We've done a pretty good job of it, I must say. So I'll play you a little video. My kiddo loves McDonald's, unfortunately. So he loves McDonald's. We love going to McDonald's. So when he gets a reward, we go to McDonald's. But his McDonald's vocabulary isn't in that front of the category queue because it's not very often that we do it. So it's really deep in his AAC. So how do we get it there when he needs it most? So this is me driving to McDonald's. And if you just watch this screen, as soon as we come into range of a McDonald's, the screen just bleeps, and I've already put these items in so he can tell me that if he wants to eat or if he wants to go ahead and hop around in the balls or play on the slide. So that's pretty cool, giving them not only opportunities to communicate, but choices and independence. So again, we come back to this board. We're going to select, I always do that. Select the GPS item right there, and I'm sure you guys are familiar with what a Google map looks like, so you just move this little guy around until you find where on the map you want to link that location to, and you're done. So it's pretty cool. And Katrina and I are very excited about presenting this to Apple. We met them last year at Assistive Technology Industry Association, and they've been really excited to learn more about how we're using their products with nonverbal children and with this outside hardware, the beacon. All right. So now we come to visual scenes. Has anyone heard of a visual scene? Okay, yeah. Okay, so Janice Light talks a lot about visual scenes and being able to, what I've showed you before is just having one item, you know, there's the chicken nuggets, there's the McDonald's Happy Meal. But to take a big picture of like a whole room or a whole setting, a whole scene, and then have hot spots within the scene. So they can really understand the context around where these words are coming from. So that there's a chair and there's a table, and they can click on it, and there's a clock, and this is all in a room that they're familiar with and that they can understand these are the items in the room. You could do this with a kitchen to teach them the different names of items. So it's just much more contextual for them, and it helps them really tie it all together. And then we have play, which is very exciting because all you have to do is go into a word on the AAC side and you click, okay, I want to play with this word, and then I'm going to select I can select what type of game I want to play, and then Superspeak will generate a game for me based around that word. So it's really cool because then you, for instance, my kiddo was having a hard time with the family members, naming all the family members. So all I did was click on Grandpa's photo, and then it just pulled all the other family members and made a game out of who's Grandpa, which one's Grandpa. And it asks, some of the games will ask you, some of the games will make you drag and use your motor skills and drag it to the right area. There's puzzle games, there's all sorts of fun ways that they can learn the concepts around the words that are already in their AAC. And the best part is you can see how they're doing at all of it. So we have a whole data section on both the AAC side and the play side. And this data is in the cloud, just like your Facebook account is. And if I've shared this profile with another practitioner, they can access it as well. I can see if they've been using it during the day. This is a tiny bit of Big Brother we've built in. But I can also see the top words that they've been using. On the location, you can see what locations they've been accessing and what words they've been accessing in those locations. On the play side, you can see what types of games they've been playing and how far along they've been getting in the game. Yeah, that is the data aspect. So we like to really push the envelope and try to be the most progressive app on the market. We go to lots of conferences and we love our competitors, but we're a tiny bit better. And this is our pricing structure. So it's in the App Store only. We're not on Android yet. There's 2 apps in the App Store. One that you can just purchase for $239.99, and we call it Forever, Superspeak Forever. You have it forever. The other one, if you want to just try it out, you can try it 2 weeks for free, and then you can purchase either a 3-month, 6-month, or 12-month. Or you can try it out for 2 weeks and then go back to the other app and just buy the Forever option. So 2 ways to purchase the app. And I think today, since we did really have one really passionate mom here that was so excited about using this for her kiddo, she bought it and we gave her a beacon to take home. So if you guys do choose to purchase this today, we can give you a beacon to take home so you can get started using it. Another great thing about us is we love talking to you, and we want you to be super at using Superspeak. So we immediately schedule trainings with anyone who's new to our platform. We want to make sure you know all the ins and outs. We're constantly updating, so we're going to have, going forward, we'll have monthly like webinars. Currently, we have webinars that we do with Closing the Gap and AbleNet Solutions. So we try to get out there and educate people on how to use Superspeak as much as possible, and we're willing to talk to any schools or other practitioners and do trainings with them as well. So we're the new guys on the street, and we really want to make this happen, and that's why we're here. This is us. If you want to get in touch, but I think you guys are really gonna want the next one. So you can try it out for 30 days. This is the promo code. And what you'll do is you'll download the app that is, the subscription model, so it's free to download. And then you'll go back to our website, enter this promo code, create your email address and password for your Superspeak account, put it into the app Superspeak, and you're good to go. But remember the promo code, you don't use it on Apple, you use it on our website.